Religious Education 2046. Okay, so this is how questions are structured in RE. The first part, we have narration of Bible passages. The second part, we have Christian teaching from Bible passage. And then we have application of values to Christian and Zambian modern society. Then finally, we have comparisons in beliefs between Christianity and other religions. Okay, so how to study RE. Number one, make sure you have a Good News Bible and a good pamphlet. A Good News Bible will help you with narrations, and then a good pamphlet will help you with revision because it will summarize all the topics. And then number two, master at least 4 Bible passages from each grade. That means 4 from grade 10, 4 from grade 11, and then 4 from grade 12, excluding those that appeared in last year's paper because the likelihood of them appearing this year is quite low. Then number three, don't just focus on Bible passages because there are other sections in each question that carry more marks. And then finally, repetition is key. The more you write down Bible passages and go through other parts of the paper, the easier it gets for you to remember what you've been going through. Alright, so this is how all the questions will appear in RE. Part A is on narrations. You have to relate or narrate a story from the Bible. And then part B is based on the meanings and the lessons you get from the Bible passage. Part CI requires you to give the applications of the Bible passage, like Christian advice. Part CII, you'll be required to show how spiritual and moral based values from the passage can be expressed in Zambian modern society. And then finally, you have comparisons of teachings between Christianity and other religions. Okay, so here's an example of a narrated story, The Rich Young Man. Now, as you can see, this narration is in bullet points. Never use a paragraph to narrate a Bible passage. Points like these are the ones that are recommended. So here are some tips for studying Bible passages. Number one, refer to a Good News Bible for all Bible passages. And then number two, write down the Bible passage for you to memorize it. The more you write down a Bible passage and constantly recite it, the easier it will be for you to remember it. And then number three, write the narration in order and include many points. Make sure your narration is in chronological order, the same way the events are told in the Bible. Avoid telling your own story, but stick to the way it appears in the Bible. Usually, a narration will carry 5 or 6 marks, therefore, write at least 10 or 12 points because each point carries half a mark. Now, try to memorize at least 4 Bible passages from each grade because in the exam, you'll be required to answer a question from grade 10, 11, and 12. For part C, there's the application of Bible passages in a Christian way. So here's an example. Martha says to you, "There's no need to panic. I'll live as I please and do what I like. I will repent just before Christ comes and go to heaven." State 3 points of Christian advice you'd give to Martha with regard to Jesus coming. Okay, so here's some answers. No one knows the day nor the hour when Christ will come, so always be ready. Then number 2, Jesus followers must be ready all the time. Good servants do their work faithfully and are ready for their master all the time. As you can see from this example, just write 3 points and keep it simple. When I was writing my RA final exam, this is where I went wrong. I was writing paragraphs as advice and that cost me a distinction 1. Don't write paragraphs, just keep it simple by adding some points. Even for part CII that deals with the application of the passage to Zambian modern society, just write points like in this example. What are the signs of the coming judgment in modern Zambian society? State 3 points, so just give some points. Famine, spreading of diseases, persecutions, and so on. Then you also have to compare and contrast teachings between Christianity and other religions. So here's an example. Similarities and differences in teachings between Christianity and Hinduism with regards to religious duty and family loyalty. So similar teachings, both give first priority to faith than family. Both are loyal to their religions. In both, children must obey and respect their parents. Then different teachings, Christians don't compromise worship of different gods within the family. Then Hindus accept worship of different gods within the family. RE is very easy to pass and it should be among your best 6 subjects. The questions are structured in the same way. You have a narration and then applications of that narration in both Christianity and Zambian society, and then you have to compare Christian teachings with those of other religions. As long as you go through 4 narrations from each grade, so 4 from grade 10, 4 from grade 11, and then 4 from grade 12, and then also know the applications of those Bible passages and differences in religious teachings, you definitely get a distinction. Just remember to go through last year's paper and then focus on the narrations that didn't come last year. A good pamphlet in RE will be very helpful.